Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Beachbody'S newest scam, in my opinion. So today we are going to be reacting to Carl Daikeler, which is Beachbody'S CEO, and we are going to be reacting to a 30-minute, I would say, training that he did at the leadership retreat. So if you guys are not familiar with the leadership retreat, it is a retreat that Beachbody does once a year, and then only reps that have hit 5-star diamond and above can attend that retreat. So at this leadership retreat, they ended up, telling their reps all of the new things that are coming out, what's going to be changing and everything like that. So Carl Daikeler did a 30-minute training where he talked to them about the new changes that are coming up along with the new Beachbody name change. So if you guys watched the previous video I went over the new Beachbody name change. I went over the statement that Carl Daikeler made on the Beachbody website and everything like that. So that was kind of like a part one to what we're about to talk about. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. It is going to be a 26-minute reaction. I don't think I'm going to put it on 1.25 speed just because I want to get the full effect. I want everyone to hear what this person is saying when they are talking. So again, this is the CEO of Beachbody that is going to be speaking, and he's going to be talking about all of the new changes that Beachbody is going to be making. And the big emphasis that I've seen them trying to make is the fact that they are trying to change the fitness industry. They're trying to be body positive and all of this stuff. So they're trying to make a bunch of changes to show that they're moving towards that direction of body positivity and, changing the fitness industry. But we're going to talk about why I don't think, in my opinion, that is what they're actually doing. So let's listen.
Help people feel good about themselves first, at the same time that we then help them improve themselves. Get that order right, with the absolute understanding that part of the challenge is not just getting people started, but helping them integrate these health esteem habits into their lives in a way that feels more gratifying, feels better than quitting. And we're doing that by reinforcing the very thing that so many of you have mastered. It's not about perfection and ideals and comparisons. It's about experiences and healthy energy and happiness. I see for some of you, you maintain a state of mind that's more comfortable and compelling than this constant inner fight that comes with always judging yourself. But that's so rare. You don't know how good you have it. That's why this problem still isn't solved in the world. And I've watched you bring this idea of a side hustle to life as more than just an income opportunity. You turn it into a community where people lift each other up to create, stay connected to their self-esteem, to their health esteem routine. Moving from one program to the next, constantly looking at how to incorporate the eating plans into your routine without having to deny yourself of happiness, and all without beating yourself up.
He started off with saying that your fitness journey is not about perfection, ideals, and comparisons. It's supposed to be about experiences, healthy energy, and happiness, and they are calling it the health esteem routine. So I've seen a lot of people concerned with this new direction that Beachbody is going, the fact that they are calling it health esteem. They're going a lot more into mental health on top of fitness. So clearly they already sell like fitness programs, and they do meal plans, and they have Beachbody reps that they act as coaches when they have no qualifications to do so. But now that they are going over health esteem, they're really harping on and focusing on mental health. And clearly Beachbody, the company itself, but also the reps and the people who make these programs have no authority to talk about mental health or to kind of try and make that the focus of what they're doing. And I believe that if this is like the route that Beachbody is going to try and go into, I can only assume that we're going to see a lot more mental health claims. We're going to see a lot more conversations around mental health from Beachbody reps, which I think is going to be a really scary thing. Along with that, he talked about, I've watched you guys bring this side hustle to life as more than just an income opportunity. You've turned it into a community that lifts each other up while staying connected to your health esteem. So honestly, this idea of a side hustle, most people aren't making money. The average rep in Beachbody is only making $3,000 in a full year, not including all of the expenses you have with the monthly home direct qualification, with the monthly business fee, with all of these trips that people are going on where they're spending hundreds of dollars on hotels and flights and things like that. A lot of people after expenses are going to see themselves with barely any money, if not being in debt after being in an MLM, especially this one. If at the end of the year, all of these Beachbody reps were to actually look at what they spent versus what they earned, a lot of them are going to realize that they spent thousands of dollars on things like products when they probably have a whole shelf of products, stocked up in it. I know that happened to me and everybody I know that was in Beachbody. We ended up having like cabinets full of Beachbody because every month you had to keep buying products to stay active and hit Success Club and all of these things. And people are going to notice like they are spending, if not $1,000 or more dollars, just going to one of these trips. And Beachbody has multiple of these trips a year. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, Beachbody is not going to be a side hustle for most people based on Beachbody's income disclosure statement for the prior year, but also what the FTC says about MLMs, that most people who join make little or no money and some people lose money. And then the next thing he says was, people are going to learn how to incorporate the meal plans into your routine without having to deny yourself of happiness, and all without beating yourself up. So in my opinion, with Beachbody, the issue lies with the fact that this man's programs, this company, and these meal plans and these programs rely on restriction and dieting. And they're having a hard time comprehending that. They have programs where they're having people cut out food groups that are necessary in most people's diets while making them feel guilty when they don't stick to that restrictive diet. Even in last week's video, I had a ton of people, if you go to last week's video that I did on Beachbody and you go to the comments, you're gonna see people there who said and expressed the fact that Beachbody's meal plans have negatively impacted their journey with food. So it would be great if what this CEO is saying was actually backed up by their programs, because if you look at their programs and their meal plans, most people after doing their programs are beating themselves up because they are so restrictive and they rely so much on fad dieting.
That's what this entire industry, for decades, this entire industry has been missing all along. We're going to be the company that breaks this whole cycle of the imperfection economy by flipping it on its head. Instead of starting with how do you want to change yourself, we're going to start by offering the idea that you first need to embrace yourself exactly as who you are. Every day, embrace who you are. Embrace the life you want to live. You make those rules. Embrace your definition of healthy. And once you do that, participation in fitness and eating cleaner, it's less of a struggle because it's on your terms. It's part of your adventure of living. Everything gets more fun. And I know it can work from the time your customers get started, then month after month after month, because I'm watching it work for so many of our subscribers and coaches who are helping their teams stay engaged and live amazing, healthy lives. If some of you are doing it, if some are already achieving health esteem, wouldn't everybody want to live that kind of fulfilling life? The opportunity to scale this idea by getting priorities right side up, integrating new tools and technologies into the platform, and making the framework of ongoing engagement as simple as possible to help people approach their lives in a way that will instantly help them feel amazing about themselves on day one. What a gift! And make them excited to embrace a life that just gets better and better. What a different mindset. This is where we're going. Helping people build a consistent health esteem routine of fitness, nutrition, and what the industry has been missing all along. A proactive approach to maintain a positive mindset. Because this is what gets people started the right way, with the right mindset, and helps them get back on track instead of quitting altogether when they turn on themselves. It's all created and presented by experts. It's going to be an elegant framework that transitions seamlessly from month to month to month with variety and momentum at a price that's a fraction of the cost of working with one expert in just one area, whether it's a trainer or a nutritionist or it's a self-help expert We're going to put it all together for people in one platform.
So he said that this entire industry has been missing this all along, and that they're going to be the company that breaks the whole cycle of imperfection and flips it on its head. So I do agree with the fact that the fitness industry is full of diet culture and restriction. We are constantly seeing people promote things like flat tummy teas as end-all be-alls when we know that those things don't actually do anything for long-term sustainable lifestyle changes. So in my opinion, I agree with the fact that the fitness industry on a lot of ends is messed up, but how is Beachbody going to change this? In a bit, he's actually going to show you minimal changes that they're going to be making. But in my opinion, nothing that they're doing is changing anything. They're kind of just taking what they already have and then trying to make it sound like it's something better. It's like they're rewrapping it into something new and something fresh when it's honestly the same thing rewrapped. It's like my mom got me a gift. I maybe take one thing out of it and then I rewrap it and give it to someone else. It's still the same gift that my mom got me. That is what I feel is happening with this whole change. They're trying to make it seem like they are this company that's changing the fitness industry, that they are going to be the innovative ones that are changing everything and making everything better, and that they're all about health esteem and having people embrace themselves where they're at. But if you actually dig into what this guy is going to be saying and the changes he's going to say are being made, it's like they're just taking something and rewrapping it. And at the same time, he's trying to make it seem as if Beachbody is the only company in the world to teach people how to make long-term sustainable lifestyle changes. But in all actuality, in my opinion, it's just smoke and mirrors. It's not actually what's happening. We already have so many companies that do that. We have so many programs out there that do that. There are so many personal trainers and dietitians that are out there making changes for their clients. Beachbody isn't this special thing that is going to change it all for everybody. But when you are a Beachbody rep and you really believe everything that your CEO is saying, they are going to take this and run with it, thinking that they're the first to do it and stuff like that. So it's just interesting, and it's going to be interesting to watch Beachbody reps and how their post change and the conversation around Beachbody changes with what the CEO is saying when he's just rewrapping the same old crap. And he says that they're going to mix fitness, nutrition, and mindset to help people stay on track and not quit. I thought that's already what Beachbody did. I thought they already had fitness, nutrition, and always talk about personal development, but people are quitting the Beachbody programs because they're not sustainable. So what new is going to happen to make people all of a sudden decide, yep, I'm just not going to quit because this is just a 1 in a million opportunity, when it's, again, the same old programs, the same old fitness workouts, the same old meal plans, the same old Shakeology, the same old pre-workout and post-workout. Nothing's actually changing. So then he loved to put in there, and this is where I was like rolling my eyes. I was like, no, sir. So he said their programs are going to be at a price that is a fraction of the cost of working with a trainer, nutritionist, or a self-help expert. They're going to put it all together on one platform. So I don't 100% agree. They will sit here and they will try and tell you how much cheaper it would be to not get a personal trainer or not hire a dietitian. The thing is, people spend a lot of money on Beachbody and they don't recognize that they're spending a lot of money. Because when you sign up, you're normally signing up with a package of minimal $160 to probably max $250, $300. And then after that, you're going to be convinced time and time again that every single month you need to have products on Home Direct, which will cost you about $130. So every single month, you're going to be spending what? $130 for things like Shakeology. And then you're going to be spending that $160 minimum to start. And then you're also going to spend money on equipment, because if you're doing all of these Beachbody programs at home, because that's what they hone in on, they're like, oh no, you need to do these Beachbody programs at home. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to spend the money on one. Well, then guess what you have to buy? All the equipment to do it. All of the weights that you need to lift, you're going to spend hundreds of dollars on that. I know that when I was in Beachbody, I bought a workout bench, I bought weights, I bought bands, I bought sliders, I bought hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of equipment when you could just go get like a really cheap $10, $15 gym membership and have all of that there. So if we do the math on starting with $160 and then we do $130 every month after, so that would be for 11 months, you're still spending over $1,500 at the end of the year on a company that has not trained people. They don't have actual personal trainers that are teaching you things. They don't have actual experts that are sitting there working with you one-on-one. So yeah, maybe that's a little bit cheaper than personally hiring a personal trainer and a dietitian, Working with a real personal trainer is always going to be better than joining these Beachbody rep support group with coaches who are not actually qualified to call themselves coaches. And then on top of that, getting to actually sit down with a dietitian and talk about your nutrition goals, and being able to sit down with someone who has gone through the schooling and has the education where they can guide you in the right direction for you, and they can personalize things for you instead of having to do these one-off programs, these one-off meal plans that Beachbody has that has you stick your food in containers and restrict items like carbs and dessert. To top it all off with a cherry on the top, he decided to say that it is better to work with Beachbody than to get help from a self-help expert. So this shows me that Beachbody is going to be using their reps to spew some self-help crap and talk about mental health when they have no qualifications to do so. So just because Beachbody wants to show you that you can buy this $160 package and every month after you're spending like $130 a month worth on products, doesn't mean that they are ever going to be as good as a personalized personal trainer and a dietitian that can help you every step of the way, knowing that they have the qualifications to truly help you. So it's just insane to see the CEO thinking that they're always going to be better than that just because maybe at the end of the day, things will be a little bit more inexpensive for them to do Beachbody.
And all supported by a community aligned to the mission of helping people stay consistent with the objective to truly feeling amazing and truly enjoying life. That's where the fun is. This is how we're going to serve more customers, create more volume, attract more coaches, reward more coaches, and simplify the business. So more people. We want more people to participate in this opportunity in a meaningful way. We have so much to offer. Can you see that a framework which weaves together the celebration of enjoying life? Proactively, we build that celebration into a feeling good into the system with a monthly focus for fitness and simple and sustainable approach to eating, all with real tools to help people manage their mindsets, to stay positive about themselves, to make that a proactive step in the process so they never burn out. Can you see how this is like sort of the holy grail of well-being?
No, I can't see it as a holy grail of well-being, because you don't, like, these reps do not have the qualifications to train people on mindset or going into talking about things like mental health. They don't. They also don't have the qualifications to give people fitness advice. They don't have the qualifications to teach people what they should and should not be eating. And that's what's truly happening behind the scenes. If you were to go and sit in any of these supportive groups that Beachbody has, you are going to watch people not only giving advice that they shouldn't be giving, but also making unsubstantiated claims. I've seen people in these groups say, I have a hip injury, what should I do? And a Beachbody rep that has no qualifications, is not a doctor, anything like that, not a physical therapist, will sit there and tell them what they should do. And then what's going to happen when these people are getting hurt? What's going to happen when people leave Beachbody and have unhealthy, eating habits, or they're struggling with things like EDs or body image issues because of what Beachbody actually represents behind the scenes? What happens when people feel guilty because they're told that they need to work out every single day, and they have these groups where they have to work out every single day, and then when they don't work out every single day, they're guilt tripped into doing that next week, and then people think that they have to work out every day, that they have to, even when they're struggling, they can't take a rest and they can't take a break. These things are happening because we don't have qualified people for Beachbody. And now they're going into mindset. Now they're going to start going into mental health and things like that. That's not a good sign. And I think that it's going to be really crappy to see what happens and what this CEO is going to have these reps do when it comes to mindset and mental health and the direction that Beachbody is going to take, because I think it's going to be a downward spiral.
And this is truly what creating a healthy, fulfilling life is. It's never been about one miraculous program and one dramatic before and after, but it sort of got there. But habits and mindset, that's what it's about. That unlock everything the way we've always wanted to help people enjoy life. Health esteem. Okay, that's the category. Health esteem. And here's how we take what we're seeing from our best customers and coaches, the ones who get what our mission is about, and make it irresistible to more coaches, okay? It starts with this. Step 1, eat dessert every day. Honestly, we're going to incorporate, this is real, we're going to incorporate a celebration of dessert right on body by literally, I want to stop here for a second and just listen to this room. This room just lit up on 3 words. Hold on now. If you don't think this is not a total game changer, this concept, based on the way the energy in this room just changed, pay attention. This is a big friggin' deal. We're going to incorporate a celebration of dessert right on body by literally showcasing how to turn Shakeology into a gourmet vegan superfood dessert.
Eat dessert every day. Don't you just mean eat Shakeology every day, drink Shakeology every day? He literally just said when they're talking about eating dessert every day, that's their step. Now we're going into the changes that Beachbody is making to become a more body positive platform, to change the fitness industry, to be more innovative. This is step 1. This is the first thing that they're doing, eating dessert every day. But with the eating dessert, it's how to turn Shakeology into dessert. It's how to buy their $130 shake powder and then make some brownies out of it. It's not a gourmet dessert if you're taking Shakeology and attempting to make a brownie out of it. If Beachbody was all about sustainable lifestyle changes, they'd promote eating any dessert. Go get a cookie. Go buy a brownie from the store. They would teach eating things in moderation. They would teach those things, but they don't. They're saying eat Shakeology every day. That's what you should be doing. That's not a gourmet dessert. That's not a dessert. That's just teaching people that if it's not Shakeology, then it's not good enough to eat. It's not a dessert that they should be eating. And I can bet you and assume and theorize that that's what's going to happen. In these new programs that are coming out with these new things, they're going to say, oh no, don't eat that cookie that you bought from the store. You need to make one with this gourmet Shakeology. And you need to make a gourmet dessert out of Shakeology instead of just telling you could have the freaking cookie at the grocery store. So again, if they were about making changes, they would not be teaching people that the only dessert you can eat is through having a protein powder in it or having some sort of superfood shake powder that's in your dessert. It's just very weird to me. He also said, ooh, if you didn't see the energy in this room change, it changed from those 3 words because these reps, if you really were to look into commercial cults, you would see that MLM reps lack the ability to think for themselves. And they truly lack the ability to sit back and say, wait, eating dessert or eating Shakeology every day? If they did have the ability to really think for themselves, they would see that Carl is spewing the same old crap, just trying to make it into something new. But it's still the same old thing. They've already had Shakeology desserts on, their website with recipes. You can already do that. So this is already happening, but to Beachbody reps, they're not really sitting there thinking for themselves. Instead, they're super excited and like, oh my God, this is something new. We're eating dessert every day, when that's not what's actually happening. They're not eating dessert. They're taking Shakeology and making it into a brownie and calling it dessert.
And you're going to help us by creating crazy recipes and enjoying this shake. So moving from, I've been focused on a daily dose of dense nutrition. How about a daily dose of dessert? I think that's a better story. Because it starts with the enjoyment of life. That's the point. The first step to achieving health esteem, eat dessert.
Yeah, eat actual dessert. I think that Carl is lacking the ability to eat actual dessert.
Okay, step 2. We're going to swap dirty energy for clean energy. If you've ever looked at the ingredients on like non-dairy creamers or the sweeteners that we put in coffee or the sort of chemistry set that you get when you have an energy drink or an energy shot, you understand what dirty energy means, whether it's pre-workout or pre-life in general. Energize is a clean energy with no artificial colors or sweeteners. It's third-party tested for banned substances and contaminants. If you or someone you're talking to wants to start their journey to feeling great and loving life, but they're not ready for the total solution, we're going to let them start here, because who doesn't want to eat more dessert, especially if it's incredibly good for you? And y'all should have gotten these, oh, I have them over here. Did you get these cards? So you know, we're serious about this. Everybody's got these cards, 10 healthy desserts, eat more dessert on the back of it.
So you can only eat healthy dessert? That's literally what he's saying. I can't, y'all. Okay, let's get past Deanna. Let's get past this dessert thing, because it's gonna bother me, because I'm someone who is so about eating food in moderation. I'm all about having the stupid cookie. Just eat it. You don't have to make it out of Shakeology and make it a healthy dessert and call it that. Like, why is it even called that? That's so weird. And now he's talking about swapping dirty energy for clean energy and have their energize. And he's essentially equating food products or products that you consume that have less artificial sweeteners as clean energy versus dirty energy. If you were to Google clean energy and dirty energy, it would come up talking about fossil fuels and stuff. It wouldn't even go up talking about like food and things like that. Now, I do agree that there are going to be pre-workouts and post-workouts and fitness supplements out there that contain certain artificial sweeteners and things like that, but there are also a ton that don't. There are many options out there. Beachbody'S pre-workout isn't like the one and only pre-workout that you can get that doesn't have like the phrase artificial sweeteners on it. There's a lot of products out there. I can also link down below the pre-workout that I personally use that does not have any artificial sweeteners. It doesn't even have any natural flavoring. You can literally see every single item that goes into the pre-workout. I will link it down below for y'all. He also stated that Energize is clean energy. It has no artificial sweeteners. So the funny thing about Energize is if you actually were to go on their website and you were to look at their ingredients and you would read the ingredients that Energize has, there's a spot that's called natural flavors. So if you don't know what that means, because I didn't literally until 2022, I did not know what it meant when an ingredient list showed natural flavors. So this means that Beachbody has added additional ingredients into their pre-workout to enhance the flavor, but they don't actually tell you what it is. They just put it under natural flavors. So if people wanted to sit here and argue, you know, about Energize, you could just say that, well, your thing says natural flavors. What are the flavors? What's in it? Like, what are the things that make those natural flavors? Because you don't know. All they have to put, like Beachbody, all they have to put on their ingredients is the phrase natural flavors, and then they can sell it. And there are a lot of other, like I said, there are a lot of other pre-workouts that don't have that on there. There's no artificial sweeteners. There's no natural flavors phrase on the ingredient list. You can actually see everything that's in it. So that's just funny to me that Beachbody'S pre-workout says that. So let me know down below, were you ever familiar with that on the ingredient list? Like, did you ever learn about natural flavors on an ingredient list? Because I didn't. I always used to think natural flavors just meant that it's good ingredients, but then I actually learned what natural flavors meant, and I was like, oh, that's just a way to enhance flavors with them to not tell us what's actually in it. So that was actually interesting to me when I learned about it. So let me know if you knew that.
That's where it's going to start. And there are so many ways you can enjoy dessert using Shakeology. So we're going to encourage people to eat more dessert. And imagine, this is going to be the most successful New Year's resolution of all time. I mean, right? Your New Year's resolution this year? Eat more dessert. I can do that. Now, we also know people are more and more aware of the toxic ingredients in so many things. What a simple fix to swap out dirty energy for clean energy like Energize. The choices people make around sweets and all these chemicals, it's affecting their quality of life. So we're giving them delicious, effective, clean alternatives. Now, by the way, I'm not saying that people shouldn't drink coffee to be healthy. I'm saying we help them replace the flavored stuff and the energy drinks that their bodies are absolutely rejecting. That's what we're helping them do, okay? But we all know there's more to a healthy, fulfilling life than that. And we've got the total solution. And we're making it simpler than ever. We are creating the world's first integrated health esteem platform that brings together fitness, nutrition, and mindset in a way that is constantly helping the subscriber stay engaged, stay positive. And if you get out of sync or you fall off for a week or two, it gives you an easy gateway to get right back on. This is the system we have all been waiting for. I know I need it. Starting with the right mindset from day one.
So I want to pause right here just to kind of finish the conversation about clean energy, dirty energy, whatever. He talked about the fact that so many more people are aware of toxic ingredients and that a simple fix would be Energize, and the choice people make around sweets and all the chemicals is affecting their life. So first of all, Energize is not a simple fix. That's number one. Number two, what he's saying is showing me that this company still relies on diet culture and restriction, just because the fact that he's talking about, oh, the choice people make around sweets is affecting the quality of their life because it has chemicals in it. So that makes me assume that he's thinking people can't go have an average cookie, but it makes me assume that that's what he's talking about. He's like, no, you can't have that. You need to have Shakeology because that's clean energy. That doesn't have chemicals. That's going to enhance the quality of your life. Same for Energize. There's no toxic ingredients. So it's just weird the way that he's saying things. And to me, it makes me look at them as it's the same old Beachbody. Nothing's really changing. Then the last thing he said was, I'm not saying people shouldn't drink coffee to be healthy. I'm saying we should help them replace the flavored stuff that their body is rejecting. Nothing is wrong with having a flavored creamer. There's a lot of creamers out there that, again, you can look at the ingredients. They have good ingredients in them. There's nothing wrong with having coffee. Those things aren't inherently bad for you. It's wild. In my opinion, it shows he knows nothing about health because there's nothing wrong with coffee and there's definitely nothing wrong with going and getting a flavored creamer.
If you were at the Elite Mastermind yesterday, you had a chance to hear from Petra Colbert. She's been a thought leader in this space for years with a focus on helping people replace a destructive, perfectionist mindset with concrete, self-affirming strategies. And we didn't tell the Elite yesterday, but Petra has joined our staff and will be developing and integrating She's going to be developing and integrating this self-affirming mindset and new motivation tools into everything we do on the platform. The platform's going to proactively help people feel good about themselves. Now, Petra's going to join me a little later to talk more about this big addition to the platform. But as we're going to help people feel better about themselves from the day they start, so that they have this concept of going into this experience, so that they are set up to stay with it and love it the whole time. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay, so he said that this person, Petra, is going to be joining their staff and they're going to be developing a self-affirming mindset and motivation tools for the platform. So this does show me that they are moving towards that. They are moving towards mental health. They're moving towards working on things like mindset and stuff like that. So it does make me a bit nervous being someone that advocates for mental health. I feel like Beachbody reps are really going to run with this whole mental health aspect when they shouldn't. But why wouldn't they when their CEO is telling them that they should be doing these things,
That positive mindset and the self-care is going to be linked to an approach to fitness which is compelling, simple, and proven to help people stay with it. More consistent, easier to follow. No more starting a program and quitting a few days in, or finishing a program and then going back to that normal routine, life as normal, for a few months until you just go way back and you're like, I gotta do this whole thing over again, right? You go back, where's the new program? I've been off it for 3 months. I did that with 645. I finished it and I was like, I did so good. I don't have to work out for the next 6 months. So, I'm solving my own problem. I'm just like more consistent, easier to follow, reasonable to incorporate into life. And then, every once in a while, you go into a program. We'll outline that in a few minutes. And in a few minutes, I'll bring out some of our fitness team to talk about this breakthrough that's going to standardize and sort of make it more centralized, what our approach to fitness is to get started, based on a construct that's called block periodization. Okay, it standardizes every month and makes the first Monday of every month a new beginning. It's called a 4-week body block. 3 weeks, 5 workouts a week, 5 days a week, followed by a 4th functional recovery week. And a new block starts, again, the first Monday of every month. This monthly routine will give you and your coaches a proven, repeatable approach to invite people to. So whether you're a veteran coach or brand new, you'll be inviting people to the same thing you're doing, the same tempo and construct that your team is doing. And it stays consistent month to month. We'll go deeper on that in a few minutes. But month by month, Our focus will be moving people from one body block to the next, and all of that content will be integrated with simplified versions of 2B Mindset and Portion Fix with new recipes every month. And we're going to help you and your customers learn how easy it can be to make super simple substitutions so you can eat healthier but still find it outrageously delicious. Now, let me tell you why this overall shift is also really big for coaches. Because this approach to consistency with monthly blocks will also move us away from having so many program launches each year, which I think has made the business a little complicated, or super complicated. Because every month, you're needing to get people trained on a whole new program, a whole new concept, and sort of made it a professional training business rather than a business of helping people. And it's made it difficult for coaches to find their bearings. So we need the new coach to have an instant understanding of what we do and how we present it. So by standardizing the format, first around managing that sweet tooth with a gourmet vegan superfood dessert, second around clean energy, and next, fitness that's consistent from month to month. 3 weeks, 5 workouts a week, starting the first Monday of every month, followed by an easier recovery week. There will be less time spent for coaches to get up to speed, more time instantly helping new people get started. Now take a second, let's put this together. Dessert every day, clean energy. So people will immediately start to feel the difference of health esteem. And then a platform, a framework and community, which is designed to help people feel great about themselves and get the most out of life. Can you feel that positive energy? Tools and content to help people improve their mindset and motivation about fitness and nutrition. Integrated into the entire experience, a monthly health esteem routine with body blocks that start the first Monday of every month, that sets a standard. 3 weeks, so reasonable. 3 weeks of incredible workouts a month, the kind that you absolutely love, that make you feel so good when you're done. 5 days a week, with a 4th week for functional recovery. Or, that 4th week, take the week off. Or you plan, transition to the next month. Go do some interesting things with your life. We'll give people space to have life in addition to the programs that they do with us. Plus simplified versions of 2B Mindset and Portion Fix to get people results without feeling deprived. And recipes every month to help them make easy food replacements and enjoy food to make healthy progress. This is how we help people escape the grips of the imperfection economy. Somebody's got to do it.
Okay, I need to pause here. So I wanted this to go for a couple minutes so you guys could see all of the changes they're making. This is where he talks about the 3 changes. It is the dessert. It is, the Shakeology dessert. It's the swapping clean energy for dirty energy, which is really funky to me. And then 3, it's called block periodization or body blocks. So instead of them coming out with a whole bunch of programs in a year, so for Beachbody, they were coming out with about 4 or 5 new programs a year. And in my opinion, it was pretty pricey for the Beachbody reps. So I do agree that when Beachbody did have like 4 or 5 program launches in a year, Beachbody reps were having to spend so much money because for every release, they would not only have to spend money on all that new equipment. So say a new program is about like bands and sliders and stuff. Now you have to go on the Beachbody website and you have to buy the bands, you have to buy the sliders, you have to buy the tools that you need for the program. You have to buy early access, which can cost anywhere from $30 to $50. So people were spending hundreds of dollars on every single program launch on top of the home direct products that they had. So say for the month that a new program would come out, Beachbody reps would not only spend money on that new program coming out, say they spent $120 on that, they would also have to buy that Shakeology or whatever they have on home direct to keep that qualification. So these program launches were a large way that Beachbody was making money from their reps and a large way that Beachbody reps were having to spend their money. So I'm curious over time what is going to happen with having less program launches. So it made it seem like there's still going to be program launches, but it sounds like they're going to try and minimize it. Instead of 4 to 5, maybe it's 2 to 3 or something. So it'll still be less, but I'm curious how Beachbody will take it when they don't see that they're making as much money, because in my opinion, they won't be. Having 4 or 5 program launches and having all of your reps, having 300,000 reps spend $100 that 1 month on that, plus the money on their home direct, which is another about $100, you're seeing a lot of money rolling in from those program launches. So all in all, I think that this will save Beachbody reps money. So on that end, I'm happy about that, because at the end of the day, I don't want people losing money in MLMs in general. That is one of the biggest reasons I make content. I don't want people to waste their time and waste their money on MLM companies. So I will be happy to see less program launches, which means less money that Beachbody reps have to spend. But I'm curious how much less, like how many programs are they going to have go out? But now they're having this new thing where every single month it's kind of like starting a new program. So it's going to be 3 weeks of workouts. You're going to work out 5 days a week. And then on the 4th week of the month, you're going to have like functional recovery. So it's probably still, I've done like functional recovery days in Beachbody programs before when I was in Beachbody. So functional recovery days are normally still like a mini little workout, but focused a lot on recovery. So it won't be like so heavy on lifting weights and stuff like that. So I will be curious to see how people will like that. But to me, it just looks like instead of 5 new program launches, every month you're starting a new program, essentially. Every month you're starting on the first Monday of the month. It's just starting a new program. It's starting a new 4-week block. They also said that these programs are going to have their meal plans, To Be Mindset, and Portion Fix, which again, I've talked to you guys about Portion Fix and my opinion on that. I don't like it. I don't like the whole sticking food in containers. I don't like the carb restriction that I really see on that program, or the restriction on desserts and stuff like that. So I will be interested to see how all of this works. But this, I would say, is the biggest change that they're making. Instead of having 5 program launches a year, they'll be doing a new program every single month. So every 4 weeks, it'll start like a new, body block, and then there'll be less program launches. But again, it's the same old for the desserts and the clean energy.
This is what the industry has needed. We are going to do it. We are going to help people avoid the trap that in order to be body positive, you need to dismiss the importance of staying active and being more conscious about food. This is how we give people a system that helps them feel so good about themselves, they never want to stop. And every month, we keep them going with a new body block start. Body positivity and a healthy, active lifestyle can coexist.
Body positivity and a healthy, active lifestyle can coexist. So if you were to actually look up like the Google definition of what body positivity is, the definition of it is a social movement focused on the acceptance of all bodies, regardless of size, shape, skin tone, gender, and physical abilities, while challenging present-day beauty standards as an undesirable social construct. So if body positivity is all about accepting everybody, no matter how you look, and not falling into unrealistic beauty standards, that has nothing to do with a fitness program or a meal plan. Like, I don't really think that they are talking about body positivity in the way that the world talks about body positivity and the actual social movement that it is. Okay, y'all. So with that being said, I do want to make this all one video, but I have to head to work right now. So we are going to pause now. I get off work at 11, so I'll probably be home around midnight, and then I'm going to finish this filming. So I may look a little crazy after work, and it's going to be really dark, but I will see you guys when I get back from work. We will continue this video. We have less than 10 minutes, but I'm going to pause here, and I will see you guys in 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds your time, but about 8 hours mine. Okay, y'all, I am back. It is literally nighttime. It is 11:40. I am home. I just changed my work shirt and I ran straight in here to get back to filming. So hello, you guys. I know for y'all it's been 1 second, but for me, it's been about 9 to 10 hours. So I want to finish this up. I do have work tomorrow. I got to get up super early so I could edit this in time to get it up for you guys. So with that being said, let's continue.
I need dessert. If you haven't had this vanilla chai, it's quite unbelievable. All right, this structure is going to evolve into a business model more completely, like you're going to see it come to life in March and April. But the impact on the business is actually already in motion. It's already begun for everyone in this room because of the recipe cards. Your business is forever changed as of this moment. Once you acknowledge There are some people who are already living a health esteem with the freedom to enjoy life and feel good about themselves no matter what state of the journey that they're on. They have dessert every day, they get clean energy, they work out, they take time off, they eat smart, they are conscious about the way their family eats, but they're also unapologetic about having fun and exciting lives, where sometimes they're a little less disciplined. That's life. Our very best customers love their lives and embrace themselves. They embrace who they are and the life they want to live. So our job is to pay attention, enable the enjoyment of life, so more people can achieve a healthy life. And that's what we scale. And instantly, this community grows.
So he's talking about your business is forever changed at this moment. I'm just so confused how it's forever changed when it's literally like the changes that they are making are things that are already happening in their company. They already have recipes for Shakeology for desserts. They already have programs that don't let you have your average dessert, but instead you're supposed to make these super healthy gourmet Shakeology desserts. They also already give you Energize, aka their pre-workout and their post-workout that they say is clean energy and not dirty energy. They already have workout programs. Yes, the only difference that they're changing is they're going to have the body blocks where every 4 weeks it's like a different program essentially. But at the end of the day, it's the same type of workouts with the same trainers. Every single month, they're still getting trained by the same people. And the only thing that's actually going to make change is to look at the root of this company and say, what are the issues that are happening and what needs to be changed? Because I can give you ways that this, in my opinion, company can be changed. One, just let anyone eat any freaking dessert that they want. Don't have restrictive, meal plans. Have actual dietitians that are talking with these customers one-on-one. Don't have it be an MLM model. Don't have MLM coaches doing anything with the company because they're not trained. They're not actual personal trainers. You can do things like not have programs that have stupid workout exercises that don't make sense. If you guys actually watch a fellow creator, I love this woman. I've met her in real life. We are friends, Brianna Jewel. Go look at her YouTube channel. She actually reacts to Beachbody workouts and she shows the fact that these workouts and these exercises are ridiculous half of the time. So those are changes that could be made. We could go into talking about body positivity. We could stop doing stupid transformation photos and paying people off of that, because Beachbody has this thing every year where they literally give $100,000 to someone who has the biggest transformation photo. So there are things that this company can change. There are things that could be meaningful moving forward for this company, but they are literally not doing, in my opinion, any of those things that could actually help the company. They're not actually diving into their meal plans and talking about how restrictive they are and how much they can hurt people. They're not listening to people on the internet that are saying how harmful these things are. They're looking at, YouTubers that make commentary about their company. They're not looking at our comments to see how many people have been harmed by these meal plans and by these workouts. Those are the issues that this company has. Those are the things that this company needs to work on, but they fail to realize that. They say that we're just haters. I've seen, Carl Deichler say it. I've reacted to videos where people in corporate are saying that we are just haters that don't care, stop listening to us. And it's like, if they aren't going to look on the outside and see, hey, what's actually wrong with our company? Let's probably change that. Then there isn't no change being made. No one's business is forever changed. Everything that they're doing is the same. There's nothing innovative. There's nothing different. They're not looking at their company and actually changing things that could be meaningful moving forward, that could actually help people. They're literally just taking the same old crap and just saying it differently now. Now they're saying you can have gourmet desserts, eat dessert every day, instead of saying, hey, go to our recipes and you could find desserts for Shakeology. They're just saying, oh, let's do clean energy, not dirty energy, instead of saying, hey, just go buy our Energize that we've had for over a year that we're already having people have. They're not actually doing things, in my opinion, that can actually help people achieve a healthy lifestyle or learn how to eat in moderation or do any of those things. And you guys can let me know down below if you disagree or if you agree with me, because this is clearly my opinion on what they could do moving forward. But it seems as if this company lacks the ability to actually listen and actually look into what people are saying. They don't even look at actual certified people. They don't go and listen to dietitians on the internet that are saying that these programs are harmful. They're not listening to personal trainers out there that are saying that these exercises are ridiculous and the things that these, trainers are saying in these videos are very harmful. They're not actually listening to those people. If they were, they would actually be able to change something.
It gets stronger and it gets more powerful. Visualizing the happiness and celebration of small victories, acceptance of people with all their shapes and sizes with them, and we immediately become the platform that makes you feel good about the process and the people you're surrounded by in all shapes and sizes. This is a community where health esteem is the goal. How you feel is the goal. And it's so exciting for your business because we know the potential of failing at a program or not having any fun with life or being judged if they're imperfect. These are the things that are standing in the way for so many people, or what ultimately leads to people quitting on themselves. I was talking to Becky the other night, right? We were talking in the price objection, and we were talking about how the price objection is not the price objection. The price objection is hiding all these other things that are the real truth. Failure of failing, feeling bad about, don't want to acknowledge how you're feeling about themselves, not embracing yourself. That's what's hiding behind the price objection.
No. This is why if you see Beachbody reps on the internet talking about the price objection and that people are not actually saying no, that no doesn't mean no, things like that, it is because it starts from the top. They're listening to the CEO, so they're going to go on the internet and they're going to say these things, and they're literally just going to look at this training, write down what the CEO is saying, and then go replicate that and say that on the internet. The thing is, a lot of people can't afford these programs. If someone has a price objection, if they say, I cannot afford that program, they probably cannot afford your program, and leave it at that. Stop harassing people on the internet about doing your program. Stop teaching your reps to harass people on the internet, and not even just on the internet. People are harassing people not only on the internet, but these reps are harassing people in their own lives. They are losing relationships and friendships with people that they know in real life that they have known for years because people are saying no to them. And it is because people like this, it is because of CEOs like this that is happening, because they're teaching them, price objection means that person's scared of failing and they can't acknowledge how they feel about themselves. How do they feel about themselves? Are you trying to say that anyone who doesn't do your programs just feels bad about themselves? Like, what does that even mean? What does it mean that people don't want to embrace themselves because they say they can't afford your programs? Like, that's disgusting in my opinion. And also on top of that, just because someone says that they can't afford it doesn't mean they're scared of failing. It doesn't mean that they're scared of acknowledging how they feel. And it definitely doesn't mean that they don't want to embrace themselves. Sometimes people can't afford these programs. It's a lot of money in the long run. It is a lot of money to spend $160 and then buy all these products and stay in all these groups every month after that. It ends up being a lot of money for a lot of people. And throughout this, pandemic that we've had, a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people lost their businesses. A lot of people are struggling in 2022 to make ends meet. A lot of people are struggling just to not live paycheck to paycheck. So it's unfair to tell those people that say that they can't afford your programs that they're scared of acknowledging how they really feel about themselves. It's very unfair. But on top of that, if people say they are using the price objection, they're saying, hey, I can't afford it, even though they can, maybe they just don't want to do your programs. Maybe they don't think it's good for them. Maybe they've looked at it and they've looked at reviews on the internet and they don't think that the program is going to be good for them. But maybe they're trying to be nice. Maybe it's their friend or their family member that's a Beachbody rep that's giving them the price objection, and they're just trying to be nice to that person. Because to me, this is manipulation. This is attempting to manipulate people to join. And it's really sad because a lot of Beachbody reps are going to be pushed into doing things and saying certain things that just don't make any sense. And in the end, they're going to lose friendships and things like that because that they're, listening to CEOs like this, thinking that this is the reason why people have a price objection. So no, sometimes people don't want your product and are being nice and just trying to use the price objection to not join your company. But also maybe some people actually can't afford it. And don't sit there and try and make people feel bad because they can't afford your programs.
We don't have just a big opportunity to turn this around. Once you realize how out of balance the fitness and diet industry has gotten with supporting an actual healthy mindset, health esteem, Your customers will actually demand that strengthening a person's mindset, accepting and embracing themselves, that needs to be a part of the process for it to work long term. Once you show people the aha moment of the new category, they reject the old category. Unless they love that category, those people will be fine. But for the 100 million people who haven't found it yet, they realize this is the thing that I've been missing. People will refuse to give up dessert, and they don't have to. We just have to show them how it doesn't have to undermine your health and well-being in order to enjoy.
Hold up. People will refuse to give up dessert. They don't have to. We have to show them how it does not have to undermine their health and well-being to enjoy dessert. So can people actually enjoy dessert? Or are you saying that if someone goes to Walmart and they buy a donut, that's undermining their health and well-being because they're not making a Shakeology dessert? Instead, they need to buy a $130 shake to make dessert out of. Like, this is where I'm going back and forth. I'm like, he's not sitting here and saying, go have a dessert. He's sitting here and saying, go buy my $130 shake, make a dessert out of it so you don't undermine your own health and well-being, because having that donut and cookie that you want, yeah, that donut's not okay unless you made it with Shakeology.
Dessert. And it doesn't have to undermine your life. It can enhance your life. So now we have a responsibility to lead this new category and build it into the most effective place for holistic well-being and creating incredible lives, and integrate and expand our vast library of digital content, our transformational nutritionals, and our incredibly inclusive community, and put it into the world's first health esteem platform. This is a radical change in thinking for our industry, but it's necessary. And you're the ones that showed us it's possible. And we're so excited for all our coaches to be part of this, to help us get the word out that there is an alternative to the imperfection economy at a time when the world needs it most. In many ways, we already started the transition to health esteem this year. 4-week gut protocol, fire and flow, lift more, and now XB, sweat and skull.
And he also said, oh, look, we've already started our transition with programs like the 4-week gut protocol. I did a video that actually performed very well on my channel about the 4-week gut protocol. That program focuses on cutting out, I think it was 7 food groups that most people need in their life. Clearly for people who don't have like allergies and stuff like that, but just your average person with no allergies or issues with food, that program is cutting out specific food groups and then assuming people's allergies and intolerances without actually going to see a doctor or dietitian. That's supposed to be your new health esteem transition? Because to me, that's an issue then. Because that program to me was an issue. And I seen a dietitian. I'm going to link every time I talk about a dietitian, they will be linked in the description talking about these programs. But I watched a dietitian review this program where they were like, ooh, that's not going to be okay. That's not all right. So there are actual trained people who have said there's issues with that program. Now, I haven't looked into Fire and Flow. I haven't looked into Lift More or the Sweat and Sculpt. Lift More, I can assume, is Lift 4. That was a lifting program. And then they did Lift More, which is an additional program. I personally thought that program was really good. I did Lift 4. It literally was just basic, like gym workouts that you would do. It's even exercises that I still do to this day at the gym. So I actually thought Lift 4 was pretty good. So I can't talk about those 3 programs, the Lift More, Fire and Flow, or the Sweat and Sculpt, but the 4-week gut protocol, I did look into that already, and there were definitely issues with that, where people were definitely assuming people's allergies and intolerances instead of just actually going to see an allergist or doctor or dietitian, which is the thing that should be done when talking about gut health and allergies and intolerances to food. Being someone who is allergic to a whole freaking food group, I am allergic to gluten. I had to go see a doctor for that. I had to go get an endoscopy. I had to go under I would say surgery, but it's not surgery. An endoscopy isn't surgery, but I had to go under anesthesia and have a camera put down my throat for them to look at what was going on to diagnose me with that. So we don't need a program like the 4-week gut protocol to tell people their intolerances and allergies. They should go to their doctors or an allergist for that.
I mean, even the title, Body Block, that we did, this tour de pense, that demonstrated the power of the new approach. My goal was to fit into a pair of pants. That was my personal goal. It sounded silly, which made it fun, and people loved it so much. We actually outperformed our engagement expectations with the Tour de France by 4 times. So we're taking the things that we've learned And we're making it so that every coach can leverage them every month. Like the value of organizing around a start date, the first Monday of every month. The power of a 3-week commitment with a week to transition. In fact, when I said we were simplifying the business model so it'll be easier to help new people get started and actually know where to start, okay? And how we want to help people enjoy dessert and get clean energy, Caroline and Michael will actually present a new total solution pack built around Shakeology and Energize that's going to simplify the sales process even more.
Oh, here he's talking about their new solutions pack. I got access to a top Beachbody rep that actually goes over this training. I just didn't want to react to that one. It would have been good because you could see what a top Beachbody rep is saying that actually went to this leadership retreat. But I was like, I just want to react to what the CEO is saying. But I watched her video too, and she actually shows, she has a photo and everything of what the new total solutions pack is. So I believe that I took a photo of her photo. So this is the new starter pack. Here's like a photo of it or whatever. And what comes in it is an annual subscription to Beachbody, which you would get a year of it. You would also then get 20 servings of Shakeology, 20 servings of Energize. Then you would get the basics of Portion Fix and To Be Mindset, which is their 2 meal plan programs. You would get those, but I think they would be like a little bit different than the actual To Be Mindset. It would just be the basics of those programs. Then you would get a starting guide. It's literally just a booklet. And then you would get a shaker cup and Portion Fix containers. Now you want to know how much that's running for? That is a $219 solution pack. But the price objection's not real. Apparently, everyone just has $219 to spend at one time on this company, not including your shipping or anything like that. Then after that, that is going to put Shakeology and Energize on home direct and auto ship when you sign up for that package, and that's going to cost $130. So this new solutions pack and this new program has less Energize and less Shakeology than prior packages. So I know for prior packages, they had, I believe, 30-day servings of Shakeology and 30-day of Energize, but now their new solution pack that's $220 or $219, it's going to have less Energize and less Shakeology. Now, the top Beachbody rep that I watched talk about this actually stated that they lessened the Shakeology and stuff to 20 days so that people have an excuse to come back for more and that they're running out of the product quicker. They were saying that the 30 days was too much. And so what would happen is people would stop their auto shipment because at the 30-day mark, they would still have Shakeology left over, so they wouldn't reorder it. To me, that's like BS. That's just a way to like make an excuse for why they lessened it. They just lessened it because they want to. That's it. They didn't say, oh yeah, let's do 20 servings of Shakeology instead of 30, and let's keep it the same price. So then people will have less left over, and then they should keep their crap on auto ship. So I thought that was like wild that was the excuse the Beachbody rep gave, saying that people would have too much left over. I mean, if your auto ship and home direct is 30 days out and there's 30 servings and someone has those 30 servings, but they have a lot left over, they're probably just not really drinking it. So they probably don't even need it on home direct. So yeah, that's the new solutions pack. That's what's included, and that is the price.
All right, so again, every coach from month to month will have a simple and clear view of our focus, a clear understanding of the construct of the program that starts the first Monday of every month, and a simplified focus of one consistent total solution pack. That's the best place to start. The structure is so simple, but with the addition of positive mindset throughout the platform, your customers will feel so good they won't ever want to stop, and they'll want to invite everyone to do it with them, which brings me to one additional change we need to make.
Okay, so here we are pausing at the one additional change they're going to make. I will play that for you in 2 seconds. You could see what he's talking about. He is talking about the new Beachbody name change, so let me play that here.
If we truly believe in the creation of this new category, and I think it'll demonstrate how important we believe this change is and how it can break this opportunity wide open for you, we need to make this one other change. We created this company with a mission statement. We gave it this name. We didn't set out to promote an idea. We just made up the word. And people in the media have now used these two words to refer to a specific type of look, a beach body. And honestly, as proud as I am of this company, that word is reinforcing an idea. There are articles where Beachbody and bikini body are used synonymously, and it's undermining us. So to leave a category that frees people from judgment and competition, to open up our business to tens of millions more people who've been sitting on the sidelines because they didn't want to be in a constant battle with their sweet tooth, or they didn't feel welcomed by an industry built on imperfection. We need to make this change. So this spring, we will begin to officially, gradually change our platform name from Beachbody to Body. Look, I'm proud of what we've created over the last 23 years, but we want to evolve. And we want to demonstrate our commitment to a category that can help more people achieve a high health esteem. With this gradual shift from the name Beachbody toward the platform name Body, it will be the first platform of its kind. A turnkey framework for consistent engagement in fitness you love, simple eating plans, all integrated with content that helps create a positive mindset. Encouraging self-acceptance while also encouraging goals and dreams and achievements that can be achieved with consistent action. Body. This is where it always feels good to be you.
And welcome back. So I did want to show that separately so that you guys could see it. If you did not watch my previous video where I reacted to those 3 minutes, I wanted to play that for you here so you would have full context on Beachbody changing their name. If you would like my opinion on that, if you would like my opinion on the new name change, I made a literally full like 30-minute video talking about it. I also went over Beachbody's CEO, Carl Daikeler, the guy that has been talking to us today. I reviewed his statement that he made on Beachbody's website, so you could also go look at that. But in conclusion, that was the video. Those are the changes. That is what is going on. I have 3 big things that I want to say to conclude this video. Number 1, it's what I've been saying this whole video. I think that what Beachbody is doing, and again, this is my opinion, when I am doing the conclusion, that's always my opinion, right? That those are my theories. That's what I'm assuming. That's my opinion of what I just watched. So to me, they are taking what they already have, they're rewrapping it, saying something new and pushing it back out to their reps and to their customers, trying to make it seem as if this is something new and innovative, when my opinion, it's not. It's the same old stuff. Number 2, I don't see anything that is moving towards body positivity and is moving towards the issues that are happening, or moving away from the issues that are happening in the fitness industry, being very restrictive and very diet culture-y. I'm not really seeing the changes in that. And number 3, I'm really nervous to see where they go with this mindset aspect of Beachbody that they are harping on and really putting an emphasis on, because they're putting an emphasis on fitness, nutrition, and mindset. But mindset, while yes, for Beachbody reps, that's a really important aspect of what they do, they're constantly talking about things like, personal development and stuff. They didn't really put that with their customers as much. So I'm a little bit nervous to see that they have added that. They now have, that new person that is going to be added for the self-affirming mindset and motivation tools for the platform. So I'm a little bit nervous to see, being someone who really advocates for mental health, I'm nervous to see kind of where they go with that direction, and if people are going to start making a lot of mental health claims and things like that with Beachbody. So yeah, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Beachbody is clearly trying to change the fitness industry, but I don't see it. I see it as one big fail from what I'm currently watching. I see it as their newest scam, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Sorry for talking so much. Y'all know I talk a lot. And with that being said, in the comments, please let me know if you guys have any specific requests on things that you want to see. I also always have in the description down below how you can send me content. If you want to send me things to react to, if you want to send me MLM fails, I will leave that down below how. I also don't think I've done an MLM fail since like July. I need to get on that. I need to give y'all an MLM fails. But if you want me to react to something that you have seen, make sure to send that over to my email. And then if you want to send me any team calls to react to, you can also send that over to me. This exact one from Carl Daikeler was actually, I believe it was sent to me. I can't remember if it was sent to me or if I found it on the internet. I think it was sent to me if I'm not mistaken. But I get a lot of content from you guys sending it to me. And then if you have any MLM horror stories that you want me to read, leave that in the email that I have down below. It should be deannamims.mlmhorrorstories@gmail.com, something like that. But I always have that in my description down below. And then don't forget to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video and happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if I will upload on Friday just because I'm getting this video out late. So I don't know if I'll have time to like film and stuff. I also work Thanksgiving. I work my 3 to 11 shift, so I will be working the full day. So you'll definitely see. So I'm going to let y'all go. Have a good day. With the monthly home direct, with the monthly home direct, he said it's going to be like with an actual diet trainer. What in the fuck? Diet trainer. So these program. Okay, so here he said Bazzi. Oh, my scab, it's super itchy. I just was like feeling it. I was like, no, it's super itchy. I want to eat.